Facebook, YouTube always takes the longest. YouTube's live. We are live. It's all yours.
All right, welcome back everybody to another one of RichOak Events All Black showcases with the Berkeley Slam. We have an amazing lineup of artists. We also have an amazing nonprofit that we are fundraising for. Today's nonprofit is none other than yours truly, RichOak Events. We have been putting on a lot of fundraisers for other nonprofits. In total, we've raised $8,000, almost $8,000 for organizations like the Bay Area Anti-Repression Fund, Okra Project, Afro-Urban Society, Month for Housing, For the Girls, and the Anti-Police Terror Project. So we are also fundraising for ourselves this time, mainly because we do a lot of work in the community. I'll just read our mission statement. Here at RichOak Events, we believe in the reparations and liberation of Black, Indigenous, and Global South people. We believe that this is possible if the people who are deemed oppressed, marginalized, or voiceless are not ignored or intentionally overlooked. We are a spoken word and literary arts organization based in the San Francisco Bay Area, dedicated to providing equitable platforms for self-expression to underserved, and intentionally silenced communities, both through virtual media and in-person interactive engagements. Our top priority at RichOak Events is to cater a space to empower people of all genders, sexualities, ethnicities, abilities, and ages to tell their own stories in ways that will produce positive change on a local, national, and global level. This is what we have been about since our inception. I have always described RichOak as a place for people who are looking for a home, a place for people who have nowhere safe to go. RichOak provides that safe space where you can express yourself, where you can be yourself, with people who are also expressing and being themselves and feeling safe. So we have a goal of, by the end of the week, raising $1,000. We are currently at $465. So thank you so much for the people who have already donated, but let's get even closer to our goal by the end of the night. And speaking of the night, we have an amazing list for you today. We have Jamie Williams, Moody Black, Des Hatter, Asia Bryant-Wilkerson, and Dom Jones, as well as our feature, Bambi. So give it up for everybody who will be reading and performing tonight. So without further ado, on deck, we have Moody Black, but coming up to the stage, we have Jamie Williams.
Woo!
Yeah.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Ain't no biscuit if you don't risk it. Hey, so a lot of y'all don't know Jamie's the one who really started that shit in the bed.
Yeah, big time. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I got some pieces. I'm gonna hop into it so I don't eat up my time. I'm from the Bay where you got it this hard. Niggas say hella and be swinging they cars. Every day is sunny and everybody's a star. Don't nothing come small because everything is large. I'm from the Bay where them niggas carry hammers. I'm from the Bay where them niggas go bananas. My mama told me don't get locked up in a slammer, so I gotta use my mind and I gotta mind my manners. I'm from long nights that feel like riptides, big mouths with slick lies, shit talking, shade throwing, fist fights inside. I see the Bay ain't never been nothing to fuck with. I was trying to keep my cool, but now I'm like, fuck it. Death moved in, it left nothing. So the only thing left I'm staring at is nothing. I'm from a black pothole that offers no palliation. I'm from a fracture in the frame of society that is easily overlooked, a crack in the community that is becoming overbooked with faces of the enemy. Gentrification is a small entity of institutionalized racism. It is the beast, skin, the color of money, teeth, painted with privilege that raises generations of families from the only homes that they have ever known. It is the calm before the conquest. Call it the hegemony in hiding. And so I wonder, If being Black is so bad, then why is my culture the blood of this country? I said, if being Black is so bad, then why is my culture the blood of this country? And if our hoods lack enough neighbor, why do these white families welcome themselves to play the part? Why did the white girl with the paper thin lips tell me that she never stops in Richmond, just drives past on her way to school? And you know, because it's too dangerous. And when she said that, there was an ocean of anger inside of my chest, wishing that I looked her dead in the eyes and said that my city is not a bird on its deathbed about to croak. Rather, it's the Black smoke dancing on top of the bonfire as if there's no tomorrow. Yes, my city knows sorrow. It has mastered the art of holding death and progress in the same damn breath. It heard the thunderclap of bullets raining on Cutting Boulevard, rinsed the blood off of its fingertips. It didn't even have a moment to mourn, because in the morning it had to become the sun, pulling apart the sky like blinds to reveal a brand new day. Richmond is a place of praise. It's the highest hallelujah that should leap from your lips. It's the alarm clock buzzing in your brain, letting you know it is time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It is time we wake up, because Richmond is made up of melanin and stardust and blood and bones. So I call it home to the future's biggest protest, because Richmond looks a lot like a revolutionary at rest. It is a pulsing heart, the size of a Black power fist, doused in the flames of being forgotten. Richmond knows how to be forgotten, knows how to tuck itself inside itself. But ain't that all the hood is anyway? Two sides of the same coin, two sets in the same city, two gangs gunning at each other like there isn't a common enemy, like there isn't a multitude of institutions constructed to carry Black bodies into cages or coffins. So the moment I walk into these public schools, overly eager to teach my classes, I refuse to see a violent crime rate 138% higher than the national average. Instead, I see a body of Black and brown students with pebbles of hope thrown so far down their well-shaped hearts that it is hard to walk on the asphalt without hearing it calling your name. And until this day, I wish I told that girl from Danville that Richmond looks a lot like the moon, constantly going through cycles of its own rebirth. Better yet, it is a phoenix rising from its own ashes, ready to reclaim itself, ready to rename itself as something that never has to die on the tongue of those who refuses to see its infinite beauty. Say it with me, Richmond. That's my piece.
God damn. Is that your new 4-minute poem, bro?
That's just two poems back together.
Nice. Where can people find you, support you, see more of your work?
Yeah. My Instagram is at Jamie_the poet. That's JAMEY_the poet. JAMEY_the poet. It's also my Venmo if folks want to throw me some cash, because you know it's hard out here. So that's all I gotta say about that.
All right. Thanks so much for coming, Jamie. Great way to kick it off. I love the energy. Thanks so much. Give it up one more time in the chat for Jamie. Woo!
Yes. Hey, good shit.
For those of you who don't know, Jamie is actually one of the folks who helped start RichOak all the way back in 2017. That was a wild ass year. We started RichOak as a joke. Just like we keep all these poetry slams lit, why don't we host our own? And we had our first show. And for me, it was a very eye-opening experience on how important this community was from day one. And it wasn't even what we were originally trying to do. We were just trying to have fun. But in having fun, we created a home, not just for ourselves, but for many people in the community. So donating, whether it's through our Cash App at RichOak Events, our Venmo at RichOak Slam, or through our Patreon, patreon.com/RichOak Events, it helps us keep this home upright, and nobody wants to see the doors of their home closed. So let's keep the support coming. So on deck, we have Des Hatter, but coming up to the stage, give maximum love for Moody Black. Woo!
What's going on, family? Thank y'all for having me. I'm humble. Much love from South Carolina, y'all. Get right into it. My daughter once told me that every night when she go to bed, she sleep with a small picture of her little brother right beside her pillow at night. See, my daughter, she loved her little brother. Both born from different mothers, they were taught by kids about being half siblings. One of my elders once told me that God only made people whole. Funny, when I think back in history class, textbooks say we were once considered 3/5, but on July 9th, what was supposed to be a day of hanging downtown with Daddy, I, along with my 8-year-old daughter and my 4-year-old son at the time, we found ourselves in the midst of a march. Folk marching over the deaths of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, so we marching. My son, faced through a 4-year-old aggression, Huey Newton in his spirits, he felt the energy of the crowd. Black Lives Matter screamed like a steam engine from his 4-year-old teeth. His older sister reached for his left hand to make sure he was safe as we marched with Sojourner Truth in her eye, close eye on his every step. She turned around and she asked, she said, "Daddy, how come we marching?" So I explained to her by asking, if your brother and I was doing anything wrong, and a police officer killed us only because of our color, would that make you mad and sad? And she said, yeah. So I told her that these people are marching because they don't know what else to do. They want to show the world that they're mad and sad. Y'all, deep down, I was mad and sad because Black folk still marching. So immediately, my mind flashed 10 years from now, seeing them still marching, my son, faithful with 14-year-old aggression, he was still in his spirit. My daughter, she's 18 years old, still watches every step, all the fist pumping, screaming for the justice of the murder of their father. My mind flashed 10 more years, seeing my 28-year-old daughter holding a picture of her little brother. That same picture, she used to lay beside her pillow at night, knowing she'd never see him again. And she's crying, she's not gonna falls on her face, and she's screaming until her voice became solid. Black Lives Matter. My mind flashed 10 more years, seeing my 38-year-old daughter still watching, holding a picture of her husband, holding a picture of a son, holding a picture of a brother, holding a picture of a father. Hoping y'all get the picture. I'm hoping y'all get the picture. Every week somewhere, somebody lose a brother, lose a father. Somebody right now got a daughter going to bed with a picture of their little brother right beside the pillow. No, they'll never see him again. We are mad and sad and refuse to be broken. How can we keep being reduced to being a fraction of what we're supposed to be? One of my elders once told me that God only made people whole. Then how come the police trying to 3/5 our freedom? How come Black folks still marching? We've been marching since 1942 and we are tired. And our shoes ain't got no more soles to give. That's that piece. Moody Black, y'all. South Carolina resident, man.
Thanks
Appreciate y'all showing me love.
Where can people find you, support you, send you money, buy your things?
I am Moody Black. No special spellings is what it is. I am Moody Black. That's my handle for every form of social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I don't know what I'm doing on there, but I'm there. And TikTok and all that crazy stuff, but I am on every form of social media. And check me out. I'm doing a live virtual hip hop CD release event the 31st of this month, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 5 o'clock your time. Mm-hmm. But July 31st, y'all, I'm doing some positive hip hop virtual show. It's all live.
For sure. Definitely check that out if you liked any of Moody Black's work. Thank you so much for coming. Give one more round of applause to Moody Black. Woo!
Yeah, I know that's great. I apologize.
Right. So thank you so much for coming in. Some comments for some of the other poets. Someone said, I love the edits to your poem, Jamie. Dope ass poem, Moody. Your internet is hating though. Yeah, you cut out a little bit. It wasn't too bad. But the internet was racist for sure. Someone said hot shit. There's a lot of fire emojis for everyone. So y'all are really kicking off this show in a great way. Nice. So if y'all are really looking for ways to support us, one of the best ways you can support us at RichOak Events is through our Patreon. Patreon allows you to donate to us monthly. Monthly donations allows us to build, grow, and budget for the future. So it's really important that if you want to see us after coronavirus, not in struggle mode, but ready to come back with a bigger intensity that we had before we went on quarantine, Patreon is the best way to go. In fact, we are running a campaign right now. If we can get up to 30 patrons, then we can let all of our poets into our events in Richmond and Oakland for free. I do believe we are either at 28 or 29 patrons, so we just need 2 or 3 more to make our goal so that we can start letting performers in for free, which is really big. Because performers are usually the ones who don't have the most money because people don't like to pay for art. So we're trying not to make people pay to express their arts, but it takes community support to do that. So if that interests you, check us out at patreon.com/RichOak Events. You can donate anywhere from $2 to $100 a month. Everything helps make this our events more efficient and more spectacular. So if you like what you see, definitely keep supporting us. All right. On deck, we have our feature. If you know who our feature is, sound out in the comments section. It's gonna be lit. But coming up right now, give maximum love to Des Hatter. Woo!
What's up, y'all? Y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Bad. Cool. Well, I'm gonna do a couple short ones. Have some fun with it. Smoke a blunt. I got animosity and natural curiosity. What does a prophet promise me? $1 in a dream, but what does a dream cost me? Already I'm counting pennies. My piggy bank drives a Mercedes. Since I was 13, I've been trying to formulate a plot in my pursuit of happiness. I hope I don't get caught up. My vice is too tantalizing, too enticing. Marijuana, my wifey. Hold up. I'll roll up a blunt to get my day started. Pull up a cup by 12 noon. Matter of fact, I put a little tequila in my orange juice. I'm feeling good by breakfast. You probably think I'm reckless. Switch it up. Tie a double Windsor in 30 seconds. Now you so perplexed that I'm so complex. I'm an introspective nigga with intellect. Some say it's hidden genius. I bet Stevie Wonder could see it. I keep it 100 even when I'm inebriated, faded, trying to contemplate my fate at the same time conversate. Dub Nation, we believe in good to great. God told me be patient, but I don't want to wait. I want to wake up in Wakanda on my wedding day. I want to do some more new shit. I did this shit to Jay-Z's Song Cry. But I'm cool with the acapella. I'd be lying if I said I never spent long nights crying, reminding myself of trials and tribulations. I aspire for wealth and celebration, but I won't be shaken if I don't make it. I was a king before my coronation. That shit was just for confirmation. But it takes a lot more than just one to build a nation, even though it only takes a small lighter to burn a bridge, and we packing incendiaries. The vision is very scary. The strength of Barry Bonds with the grace of Holly Berry got me praying 3 Hail Marys 3 times or playing Tupac Hail Mary. I swear to God, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. But with pussy on my mind, I don't care who's looking. Ain't no such thing as halfway shook. It's that simple, my nigga. Just pay attention. The situation is critical. I got one more for you, then I'm gonna get out of here. Hope y'all having fun. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do the long one. Dylan, fuck you, but this is for you. I was sitting sipping Guinness, reminiscing, thinking how it could get in the Guinness Book of World Records for acting ignorant. I might fuck around and make $1 million or $1 billion, but even if I'm famous from 30 feet away, I'm still a nigga. Can't forget the bigger picture. This is more than scripture. This is real life. My nigga gotta pour out some liquor. This shit'll shake you like a 10 on the Richter. Tenses a nigga shivering in the middle of winter. But if blood starts to boil, better let it simmer. Because these cops will take you quicker than they can scream victim. Take you quicker than they can say the Simpsons already did it. Take you quicker than mac and cheese on Thanksgiving dinner, okay? I think you get it. Understand what I'm saying? I don't want to be redundant, just don't want to be mistaken. My mind is more mosaic than formulaic. My cadence took many years of patience, but thank goodness gracious, I made it. Created a mental matrix and analyzed the angles. Tried to stay faithful, but picture perfect poetry is impossibly painful. So I look at what I got and I'm grateful, never hateful, because I know what I'm made for. Go to work like I know what I'm paid for. My nigga, we all slaves, I just know what I slave for. Damn. All right, thank y'all.
All right, Des, where can people find you? Where can people support you?
I'm on Instagram, support the Venmo, but my dumbass moves in silence like lasagna, so I don't post enough.
Yeah, you don't post shit. You just occasionally DM me a meme or two. We
Fired
talk
up.
shit. All right, definitely check out more Dez's work. Thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Prophet said, you lost me with that Frisco jacket. You gained me with them smooth ass bars. All right. So I'm really motherfucking excited. Because for two reasons. One, we are almost at $500. We have raised $495. I think it's ghetto that we're not at $500. I think it's ghetto we're not at $600. I think it's ghetto we're not at $700. Matter of fact, now that I stopped at $700, that is our goal by the end of the second reason why I'm so excited, because it is time for our feature. Our feature is Bambi. Bambi has been a regular in the scene for 2 years now. And I remember when I first saw them perform, I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to be friends. Your poetry is too good and you seem like too dope of a person for me not to want to be friends with you. I try to make like really dope poetry friends. And Bambi is one of them. Their poetry is in your face. It is, it's real. It is raw. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you angry. And it really gives a full expression of who Bambi is as a person. So really listen to what this poet has to say. So without further ado, welcome our feature, Bambi.
Oh, damn. I wasn't expecting all that. So yeah, I'm Bambi. Today I'm gonna do my feature a little different. So I'm gonna start off with a spoken word poem, a spoken word poem. But I also started thinking about how most of writing poetry is just like me sitting in my bed, just writing. It's a lot of just, times of solidarity and times of solitude. So I'm going to read some kind of unfinished, kind of like on its way to somewhere poems. And then I'm going to read a little bit from my book. This is called Accidentally Ordered an Espresso. It's my book. I wrote it. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, let's get into it. This is the first spoken word poem. You see I got hella notebooks right here. So I have something for you today. All right. White woman emails me. She says my poem was just angry enough for church folks. What a way to pat my back and slap my black ass at the same time. Like I'm some type of prize. Like my anger must be bite-sized, confined to what is digestible for church folks. Or more rather, white church folks. What a way of telling me you were afraid of what I could have said to show me what I should have said. What? Black rage too devil for you? Black rage don't seem holy. I'll let you in on a secret. Black church folks just as angry. Been throwing Bibles, been not understanding the will of God, been wondering why he got white church folks leaning on our necks, quoting scripture, kissing their crosses before they damn us to hell. My poem made you comfortable in your allyship, huh? Kick up your feet, sit back and smile, huh? You went out and smelled the roses today, knowing your little black poet pumped out something that made you guilty, but not too guilty. So run me a check and stay the fuck out my email. That poem wasn't for you, wasn't for God. I'm not even church folk. That poem is a battle cry. It's the acknowledgement of war. I don't care about white comfort. White comfort feels like cotton in my throat. Feels like thorns in my foot. Feels like weight. So I'm kicking your ass off. I want to be comfortable now. Smile so big, my cheeks crack, spill out roses with thorns so thick, and white people can pick that shit up. The streets will become the church, where you can hallelujah your step to praise black gods you used to step on, demand compliance from, demand silence from, demand a smaller rage. You ever heard the rage of God? Now that is a drama queen. Let me flood your world, bring famine, bring death. Is that angry enough for church folks? So that's that one. Yeah, started off real light. I'm gonna go into this one that I kind of edited today. I've been writing a lot of poems about God lately, and this is kind of a response to me writing a lot about God. So here we go. You sure write a lot about God for someone who doesn't believe in him. It's not that I don't believe in him. I just don't believe he is the white man, long beard, arms outstretched and hands slapping the face of my people. Don't believe she answers to he, him pronouns. When I think of God, I think of my mother. Rosy cheeks, toothy grin, feet that step when the drum calls. Voice that gets loud, but this is not yelling, she says. Tears shed in darkness and still find faith to move through this world. Grinning because God got you your own victory. When I think of God, I think of church filled with black gods, black spirits, black hands clapping, black eyes crying, black mouths screaming in a tone of hallelujah you've never heard, black skin refusing to be relegated to white bones like only something holy can grow flowers out of ashes. When I think of God, I think I don't have time to get to know her personally. But I can watch her breathe life into a people taught to be broken, watch them reclaim her into a love not only internal but external. When I think of God, I think how blessed I am to be able to witness those who've met her, even when I don't know if I ever will. All right, so that's that one. So now we're gonna get into like my bedside poems I just wrote on the bedside, not completely done, but kind of somewhere or something. This one's based on The Weeknd by SZA. So I'm gonna, if you don't know that song, it's like, you're my 9 to 5, I'm the Weeknd, oh, make him lose his mind every weekend. You take Wednesday, Thursday, then just send him my way. Think I got it covered for the weekend. I promise to never write tree poems. Trees green with envy, the only thing pushed by wind. SZA makes odes to the side chicks, for the trees, blown by leftover wind. My body is much like a tree, brown and green at the head, structured to be shined upon. Tree energy, as in, you always be walking beneath me. As in, there's already so many poems about me. As in, I am what keeps you breathing. As in, long, genderless grace. Like, why do you keep cutting me down because you want something plain and white? Yeah, so that's that. And then I'll do this one. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do this one. the question then becomes, if given the chance, would you have packed the pieces of me into your bones? Would you have taken me with you? Would you match your footsteps to mine? And then, is this what we would call love? And then, is this what people have raved about? And if the answer is yes, all of the above, then forget me. I am not one to be packed. I'm too big, too whole, too sound to slip into someone else. There is no room in my footsteps. Walk beside me. I'm exploring a different trail. Tell me stories. Relay me messages. I've never cared what other people go on about. People are idiots. I am poetic. You try to crawl into what you want to be. I exist in who I am. We are not the same. Yeah, so those are like some bedside like poems that I just like wrote on my bedside and just like brought together. I'm gonna do one more of those type joints, but let me find it. Right. So I think it's, no, I can't find it. So we're gonna read a poem or something from here, and then I don't know. I don't even know how much time I have left because I forgot to start the timer. But let's see. Right, I'll do this one. It's kind of something. I typed my Tinder bio in the form of a poem. Think this is edgy. Think this will give me an artsy advantage. Think this will give people more reason to start the conversation. It also allows me to be painfully honest, and people will just assume I'm being poetic. I describe myself as so. I'm just an average Joe. If Joe was surprised by every interaction thrown towards him, stopped in his tracks every 5 minutes to ask himself if this silence is awkward or comfortable. I'm the type of socially awkward that hides that shit very well. The approachable type. The type that has perfected the smile and nod, but not the actual conversation piece. Has so much to say, but no way to say it. The complicated type. The type that dances in their room and in public, but always alone. I type, you'll think this is quirky and cute or even mysterious, but really, it's just awkward. You'll think I'm your perfect manic pixie dream girl, only to find out I'm not a girl at all. You'll probably fall in love with the idea of me and then I'll 500 days of summer all over your shit. And you'll realize I quoted movies too much and kept writing poems for our grocery list. Alfredo, tomato, potatoes, please, with beans and greens and sardines. You'll realize I spent our rent on books I only read half of. Complained about the patriarchy more than I called you beautiful. Was almost too still when sleeping, too stiff in public, and yet all our friends like me better than you. I type, I'm not looking for anything serious, and neither are you. I'm typing my Tinder bio in the form of a poem, and I realize I'm no longer talking to the idea of the perfect partner floating amongst the endless possibilities of love intertwined within this social media app. And I delete everything that was once there and start over again. I type down to fuck. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Can someone tell me how much time I have left? Does anyone know?
You have quite a bit of time left.
Oh, really? Is it because I'm reading very fast? I'm so sorry.
It's good. It's good.
Don't
I
apologize
do like 4
for
poems
thinking
at my
you're
feature. And it's
sorry,
like, all right,
girl.
my social energy's going. See y'all later.
All right, so I have quite a bit of time left because I'm also doing short ass poems. So let's just keep reading from this, but not too much from this, so you still want to buy it. All right, this is called kind of sad one, but this is called Think of Yourself Like Water. Trigger warning, sexual abuse, right? So think of yourself like water, like transparent, like slips through fingertips, like undetected, like powerful, like prominent. As I walk down the street, I clench my fists, stand up straighter. I look past everything. I think of myself like water, like transparent. Like you can't see me. I am water. I am puddle in dark alleyway. Walk around me as I walk past him in public. I think of myself as water, like I did then. When he hovered over me, when he held me down, when I couldn't move, I thought of myself as water, but like the tap kind. My mother told me not to drink, like dirty, like cold, like he shouldn't be drinking me, like dripping down his cup, like bottled up, like murky, like muddy. I think maybe I should stand up straighter, clench my fists tighter. When I walk past him in public, I think of myself as water, as both wanted and ignored, as scarce as it is flourishing. I think of myself as water, as ocean. I am vast and salty. I am storm cloud. I am pouring. I think of myself as water, as vital. I am what keeps him alive. I am the sweat that flows from his face when he passes me. I am the thing that keeps his heart pumping. His life lies in my hands. As I walk down the street, I hold my head up, think of myself as water, like powerful, like prominent, like still flowing. He could not beat me. I am living, breathing, rushing, regardless, water. Whoa. That one always gets me like hella emotional. But I just wanted to share the point that like poetry is life, y'all. Like this shit keeps me alive. It keeps people alive. And what I try to do with my poetry is just like reach someone like I wish I could have been reached at the time. It's not all like rhymes and beauty and aesthetically pleasing shit. Like sometimes it's just hard shit. Sometimes it's just stinky shit. And you know, we sit with that and then we write about it. And that's why poets are so fucking powerful, each and every one. Right. So let's do another one. Let's do actually I'll do a fun one. It's on my phone. I did not like think about this set list through, but after this one it's gonna be my last one because that one was hard. And so we're gonna do this, and it's one of my favorite poems. So let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Technology. If you love technology, you know, power to you, because I don't. All right. My mom's watching, so this is my mom's poem. Basically, now it's not about my mom, but she just likes it when I do it, so I'm gonna do it one more time. Last time I'm doing this poem ever. To my poetry workshop classmate, don't try to outpoet me, bitch. It's not my fault your poem about how your boy toy couldn't clap that ass didn't get the class clapping either. Couldn't get as much conversation as my poem about my identity. My poem that spilled my veins onto a page that took me eons to write. I'm sorry you couldn't swallow my amazing. Sorry my poetry couldn't sit silently in your palm. Sorry it was too heavy. You say, I just think you're a bit pretentious to try to commodify your experience into something palpable to a class like this. First of all, stop throwing big words at me. I'm going to take it as disrespect. Watch your mouth. I just think you're privileged, that all you have to worry about is your boyfriend's penis problems and your homework assignments for this very class. And I wasn't even going to say shit, but since you want to allow your envy to execrate, I will stomp on you in my poetry. I will squash you like the roach you are in my poetry. Let me put it plain. Be mad, sis. Be mad that you don't have the depth I have in my pinky. This poetry don't pop for you. Don't you see? Writing is no longer about writing. It is about bleeding. You think I don't notice I'm one of 2 Black people in here? You think I don't know that I'm the only reason we went around the circle asking people's pronouns? Think I don't know I'm the pat on your back? I'm the diversity. I'm commodity. A class like this is lucky to have me. And yeah, I may be a cocky ass motherfucker, but don't think I ever didn't earn this. Imagine the only therapist you can afford being a pen. Imagine the only representation you see being yourself, and then think. You either come out thinking you are a god or you don't exist. And sometimes it just depends on the day. And today, you done fucked up because I wrote a poem about a truth encapsulated in a thick skin. Trust me, I'm ready to fuck up anybody who has anything to say. I don't give a single damn about being palpable. I know I'm not. I know I'm more. Don't try to outpoet me. I will leave you stranded in a metaphor. To you, you are just roadkill now. And that's that. That's me. I'm done.
Thank you so much for blessing our stage. Where can people find you? How can people find your book?
Right. Okay. So my Instagram, my Venmo, my Cash App, my everything is Cathartic Flower. Cathartic Flower. Yeah, I don't have my book in my bio anymore because I take space like places where you can donate. But you can DM me. I can share the link with you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for featuring tonight. It was absolutely amazing. Give one more round of applause to our feature, Bambi. Woo! But before we get on to the rest of our show, I would like to give a special shout out to all of our patrons who are supporting us. Y'all are the ones who make this show happen. Y'all give us the budgeting power, the long-term economic basis that makes a show like this keep running. But special shout outs to Sarah O'Connell, Alice Grimm, Nakia Williams, Jessica Kozachick, Emily Chow, Kalela Lilly, and Renee Edmonds. And if you would like to get a special verbal shout out and be part of the Cool Kids Club, you can check us out at patreon.com/RichOak Events. But without further ado, let's get to the kick-ass second half of our show. So the second half of our show is looking like Asia Bryant-Wilkerson, followed by Dom Jones, and then rounding our show off, we have Psychonaut. So on deck, we have Dom Jones, but give maximum love to our first poet of the second half, Asia Bryant-Wilkerson. Woo! My nigga Asia.
Hi, friends. All right. So I've never read this poem out loud to nobody because like it takes a lot. But like I can share the screen. So yeah, I'm gonna share my screen with y'all and we're gonna see this poem. So I wrote this poem because I feel like motherfuckers don't be listening to albums no more. Like niggas are just like listen to a track or two, but never like a whole ass album. And my favorite part of albums are like the interludes with niggas just talking. So I wrote this poem using only lines from interludes of albums that I listened to. So it's a Genesis poem. If you don't know what a Genesis poem is, it is a contrapuntal poem. And I know that's another fucking term. A contrapuntal poem is a poem that can be read multiple ways. And this poem, meaning a Genesis poem, is something that can be read 7 ways. So each of these columns, each of these 5 columns is a poem. And then all across, it's one big ass poem. And then the highlighted red lines are their own poems. So I'm gonna read each column, I'll read the entire thing, and then I'll just read the red lines. Oh, and y'all can try to guess where some of these lines are from. I know y'all listen to the same shit I do, so you probably gonna hear some shit you know. All right, column 1. Ask yourself, where is the peace? If it's an illusion, all my demons rest. They come there, you invisible, sluggish, lazy, stupid, living in the shadow. You young men are dying of thirst, the very definition of America. What else can we do? Hope is killing me. Column 2. I'll take the bullshit if that's all you got. Just light it all into flames. I'm quite a self-destructive person, lost in this vacuum. Gotta rehab yourself. Could develop whole disorders. I can hear you choking. You're gonna find yourself dead. Speak up. Can you hand me that pistol? Column 3. Black heifer, you stand your ground. You past due a miracle. Back sinning like a week later. You done changed. How many times do I have to tell you, you can't avoid what's gonna happen next? But that meant nothing to you. Stay within yourself and develop. Niggas, get the hell out. Column 4. Every time you walk in the room, I think the demons are winning. Gotta break free. Set to flame anything left unhealed. I will never rest in peace. The cards never lie. 7 times out of 10. Did you think this was a petting zoo? Look at me when I'm talking to you. We finna get active. Column 5. He got his. I ain't got mine. That is to suppress me. What you think I'm worth? I like to think I named myself. Money coming in the mail every month. Niggas getting paid over there. You gonna end up in jail, always bling blinging. What type of love do I deserve? Do we have the power? All right, all across. Ask yourself, where is the peace? I'll take the bullshit if that's all you got. Black heifer, you stand your ground. Every time you walk in a room, he got his, I ain't got mine. If it's an illusion, just light it all to flames. Your past due a miracle. I think my demons are winning. That is to suppress me. All my demons rest. I'm quite a self-destructive person. Back to sinning like a week later. Gotta break free. What you think I'm worth? They come there, you invisible. Lost in the vacuum. You done changed. Set to flame anything left unhealed. I like to think I named myself. Sluggish, lazy, stupid. You gotta rehab yourself. How many times do I have to tell you I will never rest in peace? Money coming in the mail every month. Living in the shadow. Could develop whole disorders you can't avoid. Cards never lie. Niggas getting paid over there. You young men are dying of thirst. I can hear you choking. What's gonna happen next? 7 times out of 10, you gonna end up in jail. What else can we do? Speak up for yourself. Stay within yourself and develop. Look at me when I'm talking to you. What type of love do I deserve? Hope is killing me. Can you hand me that pistol? Niggas, get the hell out. We finna get active. Do we have the power? And then the 7th poem. Every time you walk in a room, just light it all into flames. What you think I'm worth? Lost in this vacuum. Living in the shadow, I can hear you choking. You're gonna end up in jail, but that meant nothing to you. What type of love do I deserve? Hope is killing me. Cool. So that was my contrapuntal. Thank y'all for sitting through that. If you like recognize any of the songs that this shit is pulled from, I actually have an entire playlist on Apple Music. If you want that playlist, you know, send me some money on Venmo because the bitch got rent to pay and I'll send that shit to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out. Where can people find you? Your Instagram.
I Live in Asia on all platforms.
What was it one more time?
At I Live in Asia.
Nice. Thank you so much. You got to come out to the Bay when all this shit is over and we got to kick it. Thank you so much for coming. Give one more round of applause for Asia Bryant-Wilkerson. Woo! All right. So we have an update. We have raised a total of $500. I am going to put a goal of $700 by the end of the show. That takes just 2 people donating $100. Oh, 510 now. So that takes one person donating $90 and another person donating $100. That's less than an ounce of weed, my niggas. Y'all can do this. Y'all, I believe in y'all. I really do believe in y'all, and the work is necessary. I know y'all loving the art. Ooh, shit. As I'm talking, more money is coming in, and this is why I believe in community. We are now at 529, but let's get up to 700 by the end of the show. Again, you can hit us up on Cash App via $RichOak Events and Venmo at RichOak Slam, as well as patreon.com/RichOak Events. But without further ado, on deck, we have the last poet of our showcase, Psychonaut. But coming up right now, give maximum love to Dom Jones. Woo!
Hello.
Hello.
I am Dom, and I am back again for another one. At Prophet's request, I'm going to do one poem and one song this time. This poem is called When We Win, and it's for all of my Black folks who are working in corporate America during this time in America. When I am faced with being faceless, a miscreant, a statistic but not articulate, an asterisk if I am, an exception if I'm accepted, when I am diversity's brand, when it is expected that I do the dance, after all, I must have rhythm, when I am stigma and startling and painstakingly hindered, when I am young, colored, and gifted and coloring outside of the lines, when my zip code is rezoned, my neighborhood gentrified, when the tests are supposedly standardized, but the budget for my education isn't standard, when I am lazy if I'm quiet and too aggressive, when I'm candid, when all that's needed for a quibble or a bullet-riddled body is a hoodie and some Skittles, when all of my American dreams are riddles because I'm seen as a nightmare, when I stare into the mirror and I can't point out a stereotype, when I see brilliance and ambition crashing into systems that don't want me, or a ceiling that it is hoped I never fracture, when my image is captured, but I do not feel imprisoned by my features, when I am aware that I am a capable creature, when I am deploying code or driving efficiencies, am I still trouble when I'm troubleshooting? Does my body of work have a complexion, or does your corporation, is opportunity exclusive in your vision of this nation when we start breaking in? So qualified you can't ignore us, when you can no longer remember why you don't want us, when we are your future, when your projected earnings depend on our neglected skills, when we are your competition inflicted with this wretched will to get in the game, not on the sidelines or in stands, when we are in demand, when the economy is possibly the sickest it's ever been and we're the tonic, when we write JavaScript and speak Ebonics, when we decide to seize the time and minimum wage has no allure, when we trademark our destinies and become entrepreneurs, when we are hardline to fix hard drives and turn our dimes into millions, when the opportunity divide is just a figment. But I'm guessing you're smart enough to know that it's not really a question of when anymore. It's whether or not you check the weather report, the tide turns with the wind. The question is, do you want to win? And that is a poem for corporate America. I'm gonna do this, a little bit of this song. I hope I'm warmed up enough for this. This song is called The Morning Galaxy. I'll be on that other edge. Sometimes I think there's too much of it for your tolerance. Somehow you keep putting up with it. As I change, I do come through. That's the luck of it. Find ways to keep bringing your sustenance from my heart. Some nights I still lay awake wondering, oh, is it just me, or are we reincarnated stars from a galaxy far, far, far away. This planet can't be our home. That nabbit, can't we get home to where a love that's so strong has room to breathe? And you don't even care about getting paid, cause currency for happiness ain't in our DNA. And that's for me to say. Somehow deep down we're a leap away from reaching potential as simple as complexity. Tell me, baby, what will we be today? From your heart. Yet there's this feeling that keeps vexing me. Oh, is it just me, or are we reincarnated stars from a galaxy far, far, far away? This planet can't be our home. That nabbit, can't we get home to where a love that's so strong has room to breathe? Thank y'all. My name's Dom Jones. Thanks for having me. Good night.
All right. Thank you so
yeah.
much for sharing your multiple art forms with us. Where can people find you, your work, your music, your Venmo?
I am Dom Jones on Instagram. I am Dom Jones on Venmo. I am domjones.com for everything else. Yeah, so holler at I am Dom Jones.
Nice, nice. Definitely check out Dom Jones. They're really, really amazing lyricists. Nice. So give one more round of applause for Dom Jones. But on deck, doing whatever the hell you want because you're in your house and the show will be over. But give maximum love to the last poet of our showcase. Everybody say, "Aww." Aww. Collective awns. But let's give maximum love to Psychonaut. Woo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Shout out to Dom. That was tight. Bambi, Colin, Dez for getting me on here. I wouldn't have been on here without Dez, so shout out to him. I was gonna play a song, but I don't really even know how to do that. And I think what I'm gonna do is just do it a cappella instead. So yeah, without further ado, I mean, I want to dedicate this to Nella Larson, who I've been reading a lot of during this coronavirus lockdown. So check it out. It goes. In 1662, they had outlawed me in the Commonwealth. Mulatto with the olive skin, yo, where'd he learn to talk so well? And nowadays I struggle every time I try to calm myself. That world around me quicksand, but I ain't gonna fall in, yeah. Like, no longer wretched with the earth, so watch me kiss the sky. Yeah, Nella Larson and I, it goes, no longer wretched with the earth. And so watch me kiss the sky. Yeah, Nella Larson and I, okay. Eyes are always on me, yet asking what I am in the dichotomous society. There's no enlightened man. Yo, race is only one with a sapiens. Hey, but capitalists started complicating things. Ching, ching, commodification required categorization. Black and white became history's constraints. And then in 1967, yo, they changed things. Or at least went so far as to rename things. And now race doesn't exist. Yeah. So why would it matter that I don't got one? Okay, if race doesn't exist, yeah, then why would it matter that I don't got one? Because I grew up with grandma because my head to work. Showed me the music and jazz became church. John Coltrane in the back of a Jeep. Didn't know it then, but I was slapping the beat. And what happened to me, that's a cause and effect. Hand I was dealt from the cards in the deck, but now everybody wants to give me their opinion. How to shape my life like a part for the engine. Intentions are good, I'm pretending to know, but the mention of flow, and you know that I go. Lately it feels like Nina Simone is the only real one who been giving me room, and that room has been spinning. Might just consume the beginning. Ending is doomed, I believe. I've been feeling that glue and I freeze until I hear Louis in threes, and then I get new like Orleans. That's the end of it. You know, the song kind of it's a beat there and it tunes out. So word up. Thank you, everybody. And
gas.
Yeah.
That was. Oh man, I miss hearing your shit live, bro.
Bro, wait till you hear it with the track behind it.
Yo, speaking of tracks, where can people check out your music?
Hey, I'm gonna just say this: I got big things coming. Big things.
Where would
coming
people
around the
find
bend,
these
bro.
big things? Because it was hard to get you on here, bro.
Listen, right now, you can't find it. But I've been working real hard. I got a project on the way. So
Bet. All right, so definitely check out Psychonaut. Keep up to date with them. Big shit coming. We love to see it. When's the release party though?
I don't know at this point, bro. It's like you gotta
All right, but definitely keep up with your local artists. Local artists become national artists because the local people fuck with them. So fuck with your local artists. But without further ado, we have come to the end of our show. I do believe we are still at 529. So if we can get up to 700 by the end of tonight, yes, I am a teacher. I am giving y'all niggas homework. You didn't do the classwork, so the rest of it is at homework. Oh no, we are at 592. That is 529 inverted. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's the dysgraphia it's kicking in. But let's get up to $700, $750, since we're almost at 600. Let's get up to $750 by the end of the night and $1,000 by the end of the week. Tell your friends, tell your family members. If you got someone who you know got money, let them know. But it really helps to keep the art movement here in the Bay Area. So thank y'all for everybody who donated. Thank you everyone who performed. Thank you so much to our feature, our patrons. We will see y'all next time.